Welcome back. You may be aware that starting on July 1st, the folks at South Shore Elder Services of Braintree kind of changed their direction to become a different type of care provider for older folks. So Old Colony Elder Services kind of incorporated what South Shore Elder Services used to do in 11 different communities, including the city of Quincy. And CEO Nicole Long from Old Colony Elder Services is here to tell us what that means. Great to meet you, first of all, Nicole. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. As I mentioned, things changed for South Shore Elder Services, right? They became an area agency on aging.
Correct.
Instead of an aging services access point.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So a little different mission for them. Means a little different mission for Old Colony Elder Services as well, right?
Yeah, so OCES, or Old Colony Elder Services, our mission is to support the dignity and independence of older adults, individuals with disabilities, and caregivers. And that's been our mission since 1974. But yes, on July 1st, we were really happy to have our designation by the Executive Office of Aging and Independence expand to include the 11 communities in the South Shore. That's in addition to the 23 communities that we previously served. So we now cover, Randolph, Milton, Quincy, Braintree, all the way down to Plymouth and to Wareham. Okay. So 34 communities now.
Wow, okay. So does that mean more staff at OCES?
A lot more staff.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. We've been spending a lot of time recruiting and hiring new staff. We really focus on providing culturally competent and diverse services, so that's also reflected in our workforce. So really doing a lot to just expand to serve the individuals in this area.
Yeah. Are some of the folks that were at South Shore Elder Services coming over to
Yes.
They are?
Yes,
okay.
We're really happy to have some of those individuals come over, and now they work under OCES, and we really feel fortunate to have their experience and expertise of this area.
Sure, yeah, and does that mean also more funding for OCES as well to handle the new area? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we have a very diverse financial portfolio. We have a very strong portfolio through the Executive Office of Aging and Independence, or AGE. Mm-hmm. That's our state contracts, and then we also have federal contracts, and we are extremely fortunate to have a lot of donors that support our services to help us provide programs and financial scholarships that are otherwise unfunded without donors. So we're very, very lucky to have that support as well.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself first, Nicole, a little bit about your background and how long you've been with OCES.
Sure. Yeah, I've been with OCES since 2005.
Oh, all right.
So
okay.
I started working in the Family Caregiver Support Program. That's a program that we still have, supporting caregivers of all ages, providing information and services. And I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to get involved with a variety of aspects of the business. I did a lot developing our housing programs, which are also still in existence, and just really loved the mission and the ability to get into the community. My background is in social work and criminal justice, but I really just love being able to provide a variety of services in a variety of ways to people that are most in need. And a lot of times people are just unaware of the resources that are available in their community. So getting that information out was just it was very rewarding for me. So I've been very fortunate to have had my career with OCES. And I'm still there and have no intention of leaving.
Okay. So, well, let's pick up on that then.
All right.
Here's your opportunity to tell folks what OCES provides and who can benefit from those services.
All right. So, yeah, we serve people of all ages, individuals with disabilities, individuals 60 and older, as well as caregivers. And we do that through a variety of programs. A lot of people are familiar with our home care services, and that is our ability to provide services in the home through a variety of contracted providers, providing personal care, homemaking, home health aid services, meal prep, laundry, a variety of things. But I also really like to tell people that in addition to those in-home services, we provide a variety of programs to provide information to help people understand the resources that are available, and also services to help people transition out of one setting to another. So there are individuals that live in long-term care settings, nursing homes, or they're in rehab, and they want to be back in their home and in their community. And so we have a variety of programs that help people understand what services can be put into place to help that transition, to help them live where they'd like as safely as possible with support, and also getting the support to their families. Caregivers are the unspoken heroes of so many situations. So we do have a family caregiver support program where the caregiver is actually the person we focus on.
It's a full-time job.
It is.
Unpaid mostly.
Most of the time, yes, unpaid, and very rarely do those individuals have time to think about themselves and the support that they need. So that's what that program is specifically about. We also provide nutrition services. So that is, we partner with a variety of community settings, councils on aging, community health centers to provide community dining where people can go and have a meal with others and socialize. We also provide home delivered meals for people who can't come out of their homes, or maybe they just have limited transportation. So we can actually bring the meal to them.
Is that Meals on Wheels?
That's Meals on Wheels, yeah. And it's great. Not only is it a meal, but it is an opportunity to get a safety check and have a little bit of socialization with the awesome volunteers that we use to provide those meals.
Okay, so that's probably one of the most recognizable programs, right, is the Meals on Wheels program.
Yes.
So for folks, say here in Quincy or your new service area that did receive those meals from South Shore Elder Services, then I'll be receiving them from OCES?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, for individuals that were getting services prior to our expansion, those individuals still have those same services, the same service packages, the same providers. It's just under OCES, and hopefully they've had that information. We spent a lot of time with written materials being mailed out, but we really worked hard to prevent any service disruption. That was a big concern and goal of this transition.
I guess the only difference might be the person they're dealing with, right, on an individual basis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And sometimes the care manager that they previously had did come over.
Oh, all right.
So, but yes, in a lot of instances, we did have to reorganize caseloads and things of that nature to handle the increased number of people that we serve.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, sure. Going forward, do you anticipate needing more service providers?
So we have, the way I look at service providers, it's in multiple ways. So for one, our direct employees who go out into the community, assess for the need of services and who determine what type and amount of services. That workforce is a direct employee of OCES, and yes, we are still hiring. So I always tell people, look at our website. We have a variety of positions from administrative support to direct care, going into the homes, doing assessments. And then we also contract with community providers. And those individuals have their own direct workforce that go in the home and provide the homemaking, the personal care, and things of that nature. So we're very fortunate to have a robust provider network. But we always tell people, if you have a service and you want to get involved with this network, to let us know, and there is a contracting process.
Okay, very good. And how, Nicole, how do clients who receive services pay for those services, or do they have to?
So it depends on the services and their health insurance. So for an individual who's on Mass Health, for example, if they are looking for in-home services, they will not have a payment. For others, it's a sliding scale. So it depends on their personal financial situation, what that cost may be, and it would be a monthly co-payment. But I always tell people, don't stress about that. You're better off calling and letting us know what your needs are. If somebody's going through a financial hardship, we will work with them. The goal is to keep people in their home. We want to prevent their situation from worsening. So we really try to be flexible and adaptive to the situations when there's a financial situation taking place.
Yeah, and you can work with them through that process to help them determine where they stand.
Absolutely. There are a lot of variables figuring out the co-payment.
I'm sure.
So I always tell people, don't make an assumption based on what your neighbor or your friend is getting. You know,
I heard this, this one's doing this, so I can't do that.
Exactly. It's a very personal situation, and a lot of things can cause the co-payment to vary.
Okay, well, I know that the goal, the effort recently has been to keep folks in their home as long as possible. It's for nothing else, it's the most cost-effective way to take care of them. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why we try to get the word out about the in-home services
Right.
in education to help people understand their health needs and what can remedy the situations or just support. But that's also why we have a variety of programs, as I said earlier, to help people transition out of facilities. And I think that that's not a program that not everybody is aware
Yeah.
of. So if you have a loved one that's been in a nursing home and they don't want to be there, give us a call. We might have resources that can help get them out.
Okay, and we're putting your phone number, your website up as well. We're also putting up the Elder Abuse Hotline, Nicole. So can you tell me about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a program called Protective Services, and that program, the staff in that program, they investigate situations where there could be elder abuse taking place. And if there is, the goal is to provide information and services to remedy the situation, to eliminate the abuse that's taking place. And that is a 1-800 number that people can call 24/7.
Okay.
Share their concerns,
Yep.
and then that information gets funneled to my staff who go out and investigate the situation. And elder abuse can take many forms. Yes, it can be physical, sexual, mental, emotional, but it also can be neglect, self-neglect, and caregiver neglect. And a lot of times those situations, it's happening because people don't realize what services and supports can help them. So they're falling into an unsafe situation that we might be able to help out with. So we always say, if you see something, say something.
Okay.
You don't need to be the investigator.
Right.
Just share your concern, and then we will follow up and take it from there.
Okay, financial abuse is another one I can
Exactly.
think
Yep.
of.
Financial abuse. Thank you.
Sure.
And that's another great reminder.
Yeah.
So there is sometimes financial abuse, and we also have a money management program that falls under that Protective Services umbrella, and that is a free program, money management, where we have staff and volunteers that go into people's homes and help them balance their checkbook.
Excellent. Yeah, that's
Just
great.
make sure everything ticks and ties out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And a lot of times we're helping people that didn't have to be responsible for that task, earlier in life.
Certainly.
Sometimes the spouse that took care of the bills
Yes.
has passed away.
Happens often. Yeah.
Very often.
Yeah.
So we have that free program to help remedy that as well.
That's great. Now, when you're talking about abuse, are you talking in a private home or in a nursing home setting or both?
In a private home.
Private home, okay.
Yes, yeah. If there's a situation that is taking place in a nursing home setting, we would then work with the local ombudsman.
Yes, yep.
And South Shore Area Agency on Aging. They have that program,
Okay.
and so they would assist with that report and get somebody over there to help remedy that situation
Okay,
as well.
Good to know.
Yes.
We have some pictures to show folks.
Great.
Give them a little snapshot of what OCES
All right.
looks like and some of your different activities. So what are we looking at here, Nicole?
All right. So this is an example. We do a lot of outreach in the community to get the word out about the services that we offer. So right here is an example of a vendor table that we have set up with our awesome staff that just go hand out goodies and brochures and help people understand what is available. We do a lot at the Councils on Aging with these events, but community health centers, really, we will set up a booth wherever there is a need.
Okay, Quincy's part of your area now, so are you planning to come to Quincy with something like this?
Absolutely,
Yeah, okay.
yes. We have our development director, Kimberly Bales, is working hard getting the word out in the community. That's how we got connected
Yes.
to you.
Yeah, she did a great job preparing us for this
Yes.
today. Yeah.
So we are looking for new locations to go to get the word out.
Okay. Will you be moving an office closer to the Quincy area, do you know? I know you have one in Brockton, one in Plymouth, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to keep our Brockton as our headquarters.
Okay.
It's a very large building. We have ample room there,
Okay.
and then we do have an office in Plymouth on Court Street. Both offices people can walk in and get information,
okay.
But they're really centrally located, close to highways, so
Sure.
it is really accessible to the whole area.
Okay, yep.
So for now, we're going to
Sure.
keep those two locations.
Okay, very good. Couple more pictures to show folks.
Right.
One involves food, and who doesn't love a gathering around food, right?
You're right, exactly. So as I said, we have community dining.
Yeah.
We have a variety of community dining sites at housing authorities.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes we'll do a lunch and learn. This team right here, these are individuals that are actually part of our Cultural Competence Committee. So as I mentioned, we provide culturally diverse and competent services. We hire a diverse workforce, and we really try to do a lot to educate our staff and the community.
Yeah.
And so this was an event where we were highlighting some Caribbean food and having an educational presentation.
Okay, well, it's interesting. Your new expanded service area is very diverse. From Quincy down to almost the Cape, and all areas in between. A large immigrant population in some of those communities. So
Yes.
you're really trying to be sensitive to that, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. We do get all of our information and brochures translated as well.
Okay.
In some of the most utilized languages that we serve. So we do try to do quite a bit to be accessible.
Yeah, because as you're aware, I'm sure, here in Quincy, huge Asian population
Yes.
that you'll have to probably adjust to, right, and address.
Absolutely,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
One more, you went to the State House.
Yes, we do a lot of advocacy.
You do? I was going to ask about that, okay.
We do a lot of advocacy, and this is an example of the team that went just recently for Lobby Day. We do this every year.
Oh.
We actually partner with all of the ASAPs in the state of Massachusetts. We come together for this event to really educate about the programs and where we have budget shortfalls.
Good
So
to
this
know.
was a great
Okay.
event.
Good to know. Did it work?
It did, it did. We're very pleased and thankful for the governor's budget. There's always areas of need, but some of our most utilized programs, we did receive some great funding, so we're fortunate for that.
Very good. Are there volunteer opportunities at OCES, Nicole?
There is.
There are, yeah.
And I know you said you will have our website listed for folks.
Yes.
We have volunteer opportunities there.
Oh,
Our
okay.
volunteer coordinator, Sedalia America, is fabulous. We are always looking for money management volunteers and drivers for the nutrition program. And then we also partner with other agencies in the community and sometimes help those agencies recruit.
Oh.
It really takes us all coming together, community agencies, to meet the needs. So we do try to help others as well.
Yeah.
But for us specifically, we're always looking for money management and Meals on Wheels drivers.
Good to know. Okay,
Yes.
we'll put the word out there as well.
Thank you.
Are there internship opportunities at OCES? There are.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
so we do a lot with social work students, licensed mental health clinicians or individuals who are pursuing that.
Okay.
We work with a variety of colleges and universities like Bridgewater State. We have worked with Boston, the schools in Boston, with social work. So a lot of our programs are focused on the helping professions, clinical services. We have a mental health, behavioral health program. So we do a lot with the social work departments and offer a variety of internship opportunities. So if there's a student watching this show, they can contact Dina Andrade at OCES to learn more about that. So we have some great internship opportunities.
Fantastic. We're really pleased to have you here today, and we hope you'll come back frequently and keep us updated on
Absolutely,
how
I'd
your
love
new
to.
service coverage area is going.
Yes, thank you. I'd love that.
Great. Thanks again.